Hello, everyone. It's Friday. It's another Friday. I don't know which Friday it is in our world, but we are getting deeper and deeper into 2021. And I'm so excited because we're going to be talking office hours and the trends from events and planners that you need to really pay attention to because they will affect you as speakers. Now, I am Felicia Jones, the lead researcher and founder of iFind You Close. And every Friday we come and, or I come and open myself up to answer any questions you have around what's going on in iFind You Close, pitching, where you're getting stuck. So you should be getting reminders. If you're on our email list, you should be getting reminders so that you can fill out the little form and put in questions. If I don't see your question this week, I will be sure to answer it the next week. But wow, we got a little bit to talk about because I want you to start really paying attention to what's going on in the event world. I know some of us, we are ready to get back to live events. I mean, we're ready to get back to presenting on stage. And I'm totally with you on it. But the thing is, if there aren't any events, there won't be any stages for us to get on. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And of course, if you have any questions, put them in the comment box and I will be sure to answer them. For those of you who are watching inside of our platform over in our iFind You Close platform, all you have to do, I didn't put the discussion button up yet. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and put that little discussion button up. And if you have any questions over there, I'll be sure to answer them inside of our platform as well. Or you could just pop the little video out and come on over here to YouTube. I know. See, technology is an amazing thing when you know how to use it properly. And obviously, I am not using it properly at this exact moment. So, all right, there's a discussion button open over in our platform. And I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. So you kind of know what I'm talking about. You know, I've learned the technology of being able to put things on camera. So for those of you who are wondering what's going on, so here we are. It is the Watch Live office hours today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Mountain. All right, let's get back to what we're going to talk about today. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Now, we are a couple of weeks into the new year, and I know a lot of us, we were thinking things would be very different. And what I try to do is keep up with what's going on in the event industry. You know, the people who are planning events and what's going on and how it could affect us as speakers and making sure that you prepare yourself for whatever is upcoming. So we don't have any surprises. Now, CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Show, it's one of the biggest shows that they have in Las Vegas, brings in 170,000 people. And at this exact moment, we haven't had anybody that I know of from iFind You Close get on stage there. But they canceled the event last year, which is usually... No, actually, they did have their event last year, but a lot of people got sick. But it's canceled for this year. And what they started unveiling was how a lot of our phone companies, Verizon and all of these big time telecommunications players are going to start setting up to have these interactive events. Now, remember, a lot of us, I know we are only concerned with our little events and our conferences that we go to, but you really should pay attention to what's going on in the sports world and for live concerts because they've been hit even more than we have as speakers. But we have to look at what the technology that they're putting into place, you know, with more interactiveness. I think that's a word. You know, they're trying to be highly engaging. And I think last week we talked about how as speakers, we're going to have to start upgrading the production on our side, you know, with different types of slides and things like that. You know, I've gotten little things here of, you know, how I can move through different, through different things here while I'm sitting and watching you. Now, I don't have a program for this particular scene, but I literally can just move back and forth and show you what's going on and put up different displays and different cameras and stuff like that. So we are slowly getting into, well, it's not slow, it's coming pretty quick, where we're going to have to try to mimic. Now, we don't have, if you have tons of money, you can definitely do this. But as someone who is, you know, navigating all of this on your own, you're going to have to start creating some of this high quality production work on your end. And that's one thing I'm definitely dedicated to you over the next few months, is to start bringing you a few bits of this technology that you can start incorporating into your live presentations, because I want you to keep getting booked. All right. I want you to keep getting booked. Now, a couple of other things that are going on with the event industry. Now, I am a big time like cheerleader of the virtual at this exact moment, because this is an amazing opportunity for all of us to jump on as many platforms as possible while we are sitting at home. This is how we're going to be building our business on the business side of things as speakers. And I absolutely love it, but I also like it because it's the credibility, it's the focus work that will eventually get us back on stage. That's why I really like the virtual. Now, in the event planning world, everybody has been saying hybrid is here to stay. Now, hybrid is a mix of in-person events and a mix of virtual events. So basically, especially if you're inside of iFind You Close, and you'll see that I label some events hybrid. That means small in-person event. The rest of it is going to be virtual. And, and of course, we we have events that are still just completely virtual. Now, a lot of people in the event industry, they've been touting hybrid. It's the wave of the future. Some people don't think it's going to be that way. Some people think the moment we can go back live, this hybrid or virtual component to events will just start trickling away. Now, do I believe that? I kind of do, because and I know there's nothing like a live event. And I like some of the virtual events that I've been to. Some of them have been crappy. But if they can start incorporating some of this highly engaged type events, then I think it's great. But we know that not everyone will be able to pull that off, especially some of the events that we may attend. So we really have to just kind of see what they're doing. But a lot of people think as soon as we are able to get back live, they think a lot of these virtual components of events may just go away, because there is a money aspect to it. There's a different type of manning of virtual, virtual MCs, virtual technology to keep up with everything and to keep the pace with what's going on live. We will see what's happening. But one of the biggest hurdles is, no matter what, this is the biggest hurdle that's going on in the event industry, is how do we gain the confidence of people coming back to live events. And I know a lot of people have been steamrolling ahead, and I have friends who run events, and they're just like, everything will be fine. We'll do our event in June. And we have to remember that there is still that small component of confidence of people being able to leave their home, travel on airplanes, stay in a hotel room, and be around a large crowd without like having, start twitching like, oh my God, somebody's breathing on me. I'm not sure we are at that point yet. I think for some people it's going to be fine, but I think what will start happening is that we'll have fewer people at events until there's until there's a lot more confidence. And how we get confidence, for some people, that's when everybody gets vaccinated, because from this coronavirus, we still don't know the ups and downs of the vaccine, people who get vaccine versus people who don't get vaccinated, what's going to happen? Can we all mix together? Like, am I still going to get sick even though you got it? We're still piecing through all of that. So all of those little bits and pieces are around the confidence of getting people to come back to live events. So that's the first thing. And the way it affects you as a speaker, or us as speakers, is if there's nobody there at the event, that's really gonna hurt us, because I know some of you, you invest in going to events, even if you have to put out the money, because you know that you will convert. That's going to really affect you. Like, how much money are you willing to put out and do all of these? Maybe virtual is the best place for you to stay until you know that there's enough confidence in a live event that it won't get canceled, that it won't get rescheduled. And what I'm seeing now when I'm looking at events that are looking for speakers, they're putting in very explicit language in the agreements is, we're still going to do our event live, but if we cancel and you buy plane tickets and stuff, it's not our fault. If you buy a hotel room, it's not our fault. We're not going to reimburse you. And that's going to be very hard for some of us who like to use speaking as a way to market our business. Because quite a few of us, we're okay with taking on that expense to go to these events because we know we will make the money back. But also, you don't want to take on an expense and an event is canceled. I mean, we saw what that looked like last year. I had quite a few things that I was supposed to do that did get canceled, and now I'm sitting on airplane vouchers, hoping that they'll give me my money back or it'll stay in for a couple of years. You don't want to start getting into that. So that's one of the biggest components that they're worrying about in the event industry. So with that, how do you manage as a speaker? First, you stay flexible. Really stay flexible for this year. You have to make that determination if going and taking the chance on a live event this year is worthwhile. It's totally up to you. Everybody's different. For me, probably a no-go for me. For you, it might be like, let's do it. I got nothing else to lose. Totally up to you. But you're going to have to start staying flexible. And I really do want you to jump in on the virtual right now. Because the way I see things is, if you are able to get your name out there, you make these connections with these event planners. So when things do go live, you have a better way of getting in front of them when they're looking for in-person speakers. That's why a lot of this virtual stuff, it really is kind of like networking on camera. And the biggest people you're going to be networking with are people who run events. You're going to be talking to them on a regular basis. That's why you got to send those thank you notes. You got to start talking to these people so they remember you and when they are ready to go live. And the other thing that we're definitely seeing is a lot of events, they are going to be focusing on their local people. So if an event is in Vegas, they're gonna go all out to try to get local people, because local is a very interesting thing. It takes nothing for me to get in my car and go somewhere. And, if I ever get uncomfortable, I can just go back home and feel safe. I don't have to get on an airplane. I don't have to get in a hotel. So this is why I really want you to start expanding yourself and going in on some of these virtual events, especially the local ones, because when they go back live, gosh, they may just call you instantly so that you can get on stage and get in front of people. The other thing, I actually took a few notes with all the things that they're doing in the event planning industry. I mean, they're trying to figure out what's going on now. But for now, hybrid is a goal of the future, but virtual is the present. I mean, that's what we have. Virtual is the present. Hybrid is the goal of the future, meaning this summer and this fall. With fingers crossed, everybody is a little bit more confident to go full steam ahead with live events in 22. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen, because we really don't know. I mean, I don't know. If I could predict this, I'd be making so much money right now. You have no idea. So here's a couple of things I want you to pay attention to. If virtual is it, and if hybrid is going to be the thing. As a speaker at this exact moment, there are a couple of things that I want you to start working on or start negotiating when it comes to these virtual events. The first thing is, I want you to start negotiating to have a post-group networking chat room. And what I mean by that, and quite a few of us, we've done quite a lot of these virtual events. We've done a lot of these virtual events over the last year. And we know as soon as the camera's off, like boom, it's like, okay, that's it. In some events I've been a part of, they're starting to offer this where you can go in and do your own little meetup inside of the groups, like some of these big conferences. I want you to start negotiating for something like that. When the event is over, hey, can I have a private chat room, in Zoom, a room for people who just want to stay and chat later. Now, one of the things when I was a speaker coordinator for an event here in Colorado, we did it monthly. One of the things we did was have like a little meeting right after the meeting. So what we would do, we'd put on the regular event during the day. It's like 2 hours. And then there would be a special session just for people who want to get to know the speaker a little bit more, ask questions, and it would run another hour, hour and a half, or however long they stop. I want you to start taking this idea to some of your virtual events. So you negotiate with the event host of like, hey, what can I do to grab a little bit more attention after the meeting, after I talk? Can I do a separate networking chat room? Can I do this? Now, if an event is like, we don't want you to do that, or we don't know how to do it, I want you somewhere in your talk to start inviting people to your own private session, maybe later on that day. I don't spread it out too far because people will forget. So if you're doing a thing for a group on Monday at 10 a.m., just say, hey, later on tonight, we're going to do a private chat just for the people who attended the meeting today. It's not going to be open to anybody else. And, have something special that they can get when they come to it. This will be a great way for you to keep networking. And also invite the person who booked you for that gig. Now, this is where we as speakers, we're going to have to start being very, very creative so that we can extend our networking opportunities, but also convert people a little bit more. What you can do, just say if I did this talk all day, talking about speaking, and then I say, you know what, later on at 9 o'clock, I'm going to bring you behind and show you exactly how I do things. And it takes nothing for you to go share a screen. I'll show you what my thing looks like, and I'll introduce you to a couple of my clients that I love what they're doing, because now you can visually show not just a testimonial of what your clients are doing, depending on the type of work you do. Also, what I want you to start paying attention to, remember the event industry, they are striving for more engagement, more interaction, because if virtual or hybrid is the present and the foreseeable future, then they are really trying to figure out engagement. I want you to start changing your talks to be more engaging. Don't do I'm going to talk to you for an hour and then take 2 questions. You know what? It's time to stop talking so much. Knock that talk down to 20 minutes and be engaging afterwards. You don't have to give all the information right now. You know what? Here's the thing. You actually give a lot more information when people can ask questions. So what I want you to do is work in more engagement. You know what? Let's start matching what these events are trying to do. Engagement, interaction, engagement, interaction. That's what we want. That's what people want, because people are getting zoomed out. People are videoed out. Some people, like me, after a while, all these lights in my face hurt my eyes. So you got to give me a reason to stick around and talk to you other than just tap, 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 tap. And, just try to be more engaging. And then finally, I think those are my 2 biggest notes. And then what I'll be paying attention to in the future is what can we make of this hybrid? Is it the future, or is it just the future for the rest of this year until we get back in person? Don't really know at this moment. But what we're going to do is just focus on the next 90 days. Virtual is it for the next 90 days. What I want you to really pay attention to is upgrading all of your stuff so that you can have more engagement in your talks, so that you can network more. Implement a few of those things that I've talked about, and let's just see what can happen if we do a little bit more engagement. I don't know, have a party right after your talk and just invite people, like, look, here's my 9 o'clock happy hour party. You can have a happy hour and just invite people after you present it. Whatever you need to do to get a little bit more engagement, that's what we need to start working on. That's all I got for you. You got a question or anything? A question? I don't know. Yeah. So just a few updates. I'm trying to think what's going on. My boom, boom, boom. I got new shirts. Yeah. Just to let you know, we do have our live daily show called Travel the World as a Speaker. So I get on every evening at 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we just talk about a few things of how you can leverage speaking to travel. And I drop little tips every now and then about this and give you just some crazy travel stories and how I buy new shirts all the time. So be sure to check that out. If you are having issues with our newsletter, not getting them, or you just hate them, I don't know. If you hate them, don't don't tell me. But if you're not getting them, let me know. We've been doing a lot of cleaning up on the back end, making sure everybody gets what they need. Uh, oh my gosh, what else is happening? What else is happening? We will have some webinars coming up, and I've been sending out just a special blast to the active members of iFind You Close. I'm connected to a lot of people who are looking for speakers, so I'm gonna actually start doing that a little bit more often, reaching out to them, just saying, hey, I have a friend who has an event, and here's what I think you should do with it. Or if I see some last minute events, I'm going to just start sending them to you because I have no reason not to send them to you. So those are a few things that I'm going to start doing with everyone when people are asking for speakers. And yes, our webinars are coming up. They're coming soon. We're working out the systems to make sure everything is in place. And what else? That's about it. If you are not a member of iFind You Close, you should come and join us. I mean, you're going to get some new speaking gigs, just FYI. If you are struggling, trying to find them, you should go join us, iFindYouClose.com. And we've implemented a new attract high paid speaking gigs. So if you go to the website, you can sign up for that as well. And I think that's it for office hours. Yay! That's it for office hours. So for those of you who have who filled out our little form, for the speaker request, I'm actually going to be talking to that person in a few minutes. So good luck to all of you who submitted, and I'll let you know. Hey, Shell. Hello, I'm a member and wonder how to get more specialized services. Shell, depending on what more specialized services you want, you just need to, you can reach out to me. I do one-on-one consulting. I do one-on-one consulting if it's time to put things a little bit more together, your website, your talk, your presentation. We do that in a one-on-one. So you can go to ifindyouclose.com/consulting. I will actually put that in the in the thingy because I can type and talk at the same time. There you go. ifindyouclose.com/consulting. I think that's what I have. If it's wrong, yeah, let me know. But if you want to work one-on-one, so that's where we'll get together and I will do a real deep evaluation of how you need to present yourself to attract more speaking engagements. We can look at your talk. I also do some consulting on TEDx as well for those who want to start pitching. So my area of expertise is research and pitching, and just kind of evaluating your talk from that point of view so that you can get on stage. We also do specialized research. We do specialized research as well, and where we go out and find specific events for you and to help you get on stage. So yeah, if you want a little bit more about that, all you got to do is go over to the consulting link. Also, you can go to ifindyouclose.com, and if you want to kind of get a taste of how I work, you can do the free assessment on how to attract high-paid speaking gigs. And I'll give you just a few tips on what I'm seeing so that you can convert a few more gigs. Let me know if that works. Let me know if that works. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. All right. It's time for me to hop off and get on another phone call because this is the day of being on camera all day. And of course, I will be back here at 7 p.m. for Travel the World as a speaker. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and do that because our goal is to get to 1,000 so I can take you on the road with me. And Shell, thank you for your question. If you need anything else, just let me know. I will be here every Friday in the basement waiting until I can go out and sniff people in person again. So take care of yourselves. If you need me, you know where to find me. Bye.